Hello there, Gemini. Alright, so we're going to get your reading started. No fluff going on here. We're just going to get right to it. This is the Are They Coming Back? Why Did They Leave? May 1st through May 15th, 2018 spread. Okay, and I want to tell you guys that every time we do this, we do a discount on the soulmate reading. Okay, so right now there's a $10 discount on the soulmate reading, and you guys can go down below and you guys can claim it. Right down there. It's the first link that you see. And yeah, so with that being said, we're going to shuffle a couple more times. We're just going to get right to the meat of your reading. One more time. We're going to shuffle the cards. One more time. Shoot. Oh, no. Get in there, cards. We're going to do this. All right, there we go. Okay, so our first question, you guys, is what are they thinking right now? So they, of course, being the person you clicked on this video for. Okay, so Gemini, this is what they are thinking. The Hierophant. That's interesting. Okay, so the reason I made the face and the reason I did that was because, so what they're thinking right now, the Hierophant here, is about commitment, usually. It's about traditions, it's about commitment, it's about like wanting to take things to the next level, okay? So this could have been that they wanted to take things to the next level with you and you didn't want that, or they wanted to take things to the next level with somebody else, possibly that you didn't know about. So what they're thinking right now is that they're wanting to take something to the next level, possibly a relationship, okay? That's what I'm seeing there. So what are they feeling right now? Ace of Wands. Okay, so to me, I'm just going to say it like this. What they're feeling right now is a sense of passion, a sense of excitement, a sense of basically getting things started. So there could have been another partner that they were with. Possibly it could have been a Taurus, or I'm seeing a fire sign, okay, because we have the Ace of Wands. So Taurus or Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, okay? And so that's what I'm seeing here, but as soon as you were gone, they have another person kind of ready to take your place. And I don't feel that there's necessarily, I'm going to keep reading here, and then we'll make a kind of a verdict here, but what did you like about them? So what did you like about this person? Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe, so the 10 or 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So possibly you two were in a codependent relationship. Now what that means is that there's something called enmeshment that happens. And that means that two people that have gone through kind of more, I suppose, more traumatic childhood events, when two people come together and they're enmeshed, it means that they don't really give each other any space to do anything. And in the beginning of a relationship where there hasn't really been a feeling of love or a feeling of affection from another person, this is a great thing because you guys are never apart. You're always together, you're always doing stuff. But what happens with enmeshment is that each individual starts to lose their identity, and there's this kind of a freak out moment where, so did you hear about Stephanie and Mark? Stephanie and Mark, Stephanie and Mark, Stephanie and Mark. Right? Because you're always called Stephanie and Mark. You're not just Stephanie. You're not just Mark anymore. You're Stephanie and Mark. And that's what people call you. Hey, Mark, where's Stephanie? Hey, Stephanie, where's Mark? Like, that's what they ask because you guys are always together. And there's sort of this enmeshment that happens because you feel that if you devote all of your time to this person, that's going to bring you happiness. So you will self-sacrifice and you will do everything you can for this person to try and make them as comfortable as possible. Meanwhile, even if they're doing the same thing and they're trying to make you as happy as possible and they're trying to do that, there's a sense of not creating boundaries within a relationship, and there's a sense of losing ourselves in the relationship. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing right here. So it's important to remember that we need to establish boundaries and not be enmeshed with each other, because that just creates more problems down the line. So this here, like I said, so why did they like you? And I feel like it's because there was a codependence that you guys could create. There was sort of this world that you guys created together where there wasn't really a need for anybody else. It was just you two, and almost you two against the world is what I want to say. And with enmeshment, that happens too. They are both people isolate themselves from family and friends, and they form a completely isolated relationship with the other person, and they won't spend time with anyone else or do anything else unless the other person wants to do it too. And if the other person says no, then that means no. That means I can never do that. And that's what enmeshment is. That's when someone says, I don't want to do that, you say, well, I don't either. No, I never want to do that. Like, that's what enmeshment is at its primary focus. And what it needs to be is something where both of you have hobbies and interests, and you both go off and you do your own things, and then you come back together. That helps to keep the romance alive in the relationship too. If you're close to each other all the time, there's no sense of independence. There's no sense of coming together and of sharing the day and of doing things like that. Does that make sense, you guys? So that was a long-winded explanation. I'm sorry about that. So what did they like about you? And I get the Seven of Swords, okay? So when I look at the Seven of Swords in this situation, you'll see that it's a sly fox. Generally, this means like thievery and things like that. But what I feel, if you look at the fox, you look at the very bottom right there, the fox is hiding a sword, right? And he's looking at you like, this is all I got, this is all I got. So they probably liked you because you were resourceful, because you had this mysteriousness about you at first, because you seemed different than other people. Sorry, you guys. Possibly you were someone that they could confide in, but I also see it as something where they liked you again because there was like this hidden meaning to you that they didn't understand, and maybe you're working on that now, maybe you're understanding yourself better now, but that's what I'm seeing, is that there's this kind of hidden aspect, and they liked that about you. They could sense that about you. Let's see. So are they coming back? Star card. Okay, so the Star card is a card of hope. It's a card of messaging from a distance. So you guys could be talking to this person over Messenger, over texting, WhatsApp, Instagram, you know, the whole deal. Like, it could be anything. But what I'm seeing here is that there's this... There's this feeling of hope of this person coming back. Will they come back? I feel like there's a strong possibility they could. But I'm seeing that after you do the split, after you do the enmeshment split, and you kind of go down the middle there, I'm feeling like you won't want to come back necessarily, because when you start to identify yourself as your own person, there's a sense of freedom that comes, right? There's a sense of like, okay, I do like to dance. They didn't like to dance, but I like to dance. And you would feel that if you were in a relationship with this person again, you couldn't be yourself. You couldn't be your true self, because this person would be like, well, I don't like to do that. Or why do you like to do that? That's stupid. Like, this person judges you. This person makes it so it's hard for you to be yourself. So why would you go back to that? If you've established yourself and your core beliefs and your core concepts, then why would you go back to someone who would be like, no, to whatever it is you want to do, right? Why would you do that? So we've got two more cards here, and we have this real reason why they left. And I get the Ten of Wands in reverse. So I feel, okay, the real reason, and it's interesting. So what they are feeling, if we'll go back to that, what they are feeling is this. Ace of Wands, okay? The real reason why they left was the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, that to me says the reason why they left is they felt burdened. They couldn't take it anymore. And possibly you were feeling the same way. Maybe you wouldn't admit it, but there was a possibility that you were feeling the same way. Possibly you were focusing on ending the relationship for a while, but you just couldn't. And what I'm feeling here is that we're focusing more on burdens. We're focusing more on not being able to let go of the past. Possibly this person is holding on to the past, or they're holding on to an event that's happened. This person is refusing to grow in a way that is conducive to their own mental health. They're refusing to look at something from a new perspective. They would rather look at something from the same perspective over and over again, even if it doesn't provide any happiness, closure, or anything, than grow up. They would rather just keep replaying it over and over and over again in their minds, say they're working on themselves, which they're not, and then just keep keep doing the same stuff they've been doing for years. That's what I'm seeing here. This person doesn't want to grow. Okay, this person doesn't understand growing. You, on the other hand, are starting to understand that, and that it's painful at first when you focus on growing, because you feel like you're alone. You're not. A lot of other people are focusing on it too. We just don't vocalize it like we should. We need to talk about it. We need to understand that growing, everyone's doing it, right? It's the new fad. It's the new spiritual thing. Everyone's growing, right? And that's what we need to focus on. And then we have this card here, and this is, are they my soulmate? No. Okay, the High Priestess in reverse. To me, that's a big no. This person came about in your life because I feel like there could have been someone better, but you chose this person. Maybe you were scared to answer the call to this other person. Maybe you felt like you couldn't live up to what was going on there. But this is also a feeling of like you are no longer tied by this person. The High Priestess in reverse says to me that you need to listen to your intuition. You're okay now, but you need to listen to it in the future so that you make the right choices, so that you don't feel so trapped or isolated when you're in a relationship. You need to understand why you're making the choices you're making when you choose the partners you've been choosing, okay? Because otherwise we're going to keep repeating these same mistakes where someone is with us for a little bit and then they leave, and then we're like, well, what happened? I don't understand. I don't get that. But eventually you'll start to understand that more and more, okay? That's what I see for you, Gemini, and I hope that this reading was good for you guys, and I really appreciate having you guys on my channel. If you liked the video, if it resonated with you, please like, share, and thumbs up it, because it makes it so everyone else can see it too. It just helps the YouTube algorithm to help other people see it, and that of course helps me, and that helps you guys, because then I can keep doing what I love to do. So I would appreciate that. And again, you can look at the link down below to see the $10 off soulmate reading, which is actually a pretty good bargain, you guys. I do not do this. As soon as May 15th hits, okay, as soon as May 15th hits, I'm not doing the discounts anymore, okay? So please look at that if you guys are interested. And I love you guys. Take care and have an amazing day.